Okay, update on the Homelite 990D project that we got going on here. Last video, the saw looked very different than this. Complete disassembly has taken place. I wasn't really sure if I was going to go this far with it, but one thing led to another, and here we are. Kind of glad I did, to be honest with you. This is a saw that I've been wanting for quite a while, and I don't mind spending a little bit extra time on it, a little bit extra money, not too bad, but just taking a little longer than I had expected, waiting on a few extra parts. This should be here in a little while, but it's giving me time to be really thorough on the saw, so kind of walk through where we're at with it right now. Crankshaft has been pulled out. Obviously, everything completely disassembled. Got the main bearing off. Gonna get a new bearing in. That's in the mail. That's kind of one thing that's holding me up right now, is to get the main bearing in. Crankshaft is out. It's in good shape. There's no problems on it. Was able to get it cleaned up. So just need to get a new bearing in for that. What else do we do here? On the ignition side, the needle bearing that's in there, I drove it out and replaced it because I had one already. Replaced the oil seal for this side. Cleaned up the gasket surface, and I have a gasket coming, the proper one. For this, I could have cut one, but I decided to buy one instead. Kind of expensive for me to buy those things. Usually they're in the States, and then paying US exchange, import fees, all kinds of crap. It ended up being like probably a $20 or $30 gasket, so probably not the smartest choice, but lazy man's way. What else do we got here? That's the crankshaft there. Let's put this back over here. That back. Took the muffler out, cleaned all the carbon out of it. It's not a fun job, but had to be done. Baffle and everything all cleaned up, scrubbed up. All the exhaust parts are all cleaned up. Cylinder was in good shape. Was able to just kind of scrub it up, make sure that there was nothing in there. Cleaned out the ports, cleaned the base, cleaned the outside of it, cleaned the exhaust port. That's all done. Carburetor, took it all apart. Looked like somebody else had been in there not too long ago, so wasn't really much to do on that other than just an investigation, put it back together. The reed, looks like I still got to do a little bit of cleaning up some gasket surfaces there. Waiting for the new reed gasket to come in. This one here sits back on there. How does that go back on? Yeah, let's go the other way. However the holes line up. Yeah, like that. So I need a new reed gasket. Again, this one would be probably pretty easy to cut, but I got lazy. I didn't really want to cut it, so I bought reed gasket and then this ignition plate gasket. Also have the oil seal. I'm gonna put that in later. I like to put the crankshaft bearing on, the crankshaft back in place first, and then drive the seal in. I just find it easier to get the crankshaft in when the seal's not there. Sometimes when the seal's there, the crankshaft will kind of roll the lip of the seal out and give you problems. You can end up wrecking the seal. At least that's problems I've had previously, so I just don't mess with it anymore. I just put the seal in after. That's the old piston and rings. The rings and stuff aren't bad. The piston looks like it was slapping around in there a bit. So I'm gonna, go ahead and put the new piston and rings into it. Ignition's been completely stripped down, all the wires and stuff here. So a new spark plug wire, some new heat shrink to put on it here. New kill switch wire. For whatever reason, the last one that was on there was cut. Wasn't long enough to go all the way out to the kill switch, so I had to replace that. Cleaned up the points box. So that's cool. That's all done. Sometimes these can be tricky to change the spark plug wires on these. I'm always a little hesitant on doing that. This one wasn't bad. Some of the ones on like the C series, the Homelite C series, they can be really tough to get out of there. They're like epoxied in with this really strong yellow epoxy, and the wire breaks off and you got to pick it all out. It was terrible. This one here just popped right out, so it was nice. There was some of that yellow epoxy in there, but I got lucky. It all came out in one piece, and was able to put new kill switch wire on there, or spark plug wire. Just got the new wire connection here for the kill switch. Whenever we get everything back together, I can figure out how long this needs to be, and I'll reattach that. Yeah. Overall, it's come apart quite well. Just waiting on some parts. Like I said, this bearing here was a little bit tricky to find the replacement for. Ended up finding it on eBay actually. So again, it's taken a while. It's coming from the US. I could find bearings here in Canada for it, but they didn't have the snap ring on it, and they didn't have they weren't like a C3. So one thing I've learned from these internal bearings for chainsaws, you don't have to be a C3, and I couldn't confirm if some of those were C3, the ones I was finding online. So found this one on eBay. It was C3. I had the rating, the axial loading and dynamic loading that I was looking for, so I was able to find the exact bearing for it. So just waiting for that to come in, a couple other things, and then start putting it back together. So yeah, feeling pretty good about it. Everything came apart pretty good. No surprises really. Everything's been fine. So hopefully it'll all go back together fine, and we'll get it running here. Next video. See you guys in the next one. Thanks for checking out the video.